Welcome to Mystical Adventures. My name is Anne Vivian. I'm an artist, clairvoyant, and intuitive life coach. And I'm so excited to be doing my first live show here on A1R Psychic Radio. I'm so honored to be a part of the A1R team and to be connecting with you, viewers and listeners. I'm really honored and excited. So let's get started. I thought I would tell you a little bit about what kind of mystical adventures we're going to be going on in my show, a little bit about me. And in the second half of the show, I'm going to be doing a collective reading. And I do that in a rather unique way. So I'm really excited to share that with you. So that's really looking at the collective energies for the week ahead. And I also channel higher consciousness and angelic guidance. Before I get to all of that, I wanted to start with a psychic joke. Why? Because humor is healing, humor is joyful. I'd love to create a heart-centered vibration on this show. And I know that humor definitely opens up my heart. So I'm going to start with a joke. A psychic fine clothes. Employee, how about this one? Psychic, that shirt is too small. Employee, you didn't even try it on. Psychic, I'm a medium. It's pretty good, right? Pretty good. I can't hear you laughing, but I can feel you laughing in my heart. And that's the most important thing. So welcome to Mystical Adventures. I am delighted to be here. And my name is Anne Vivian. Let me tell you a little bit about what sort of mystical adventures we're going to be going on in my show. I also just want to mention, I just want to acknowledge I'm starting this show during the pandemic. And I also started my YouTube channel at the beginning of this pandemic. And I just want to acknowledge that to me, this is perfect timing, even though this is a really painful and uncomfortable time for a lot of people here on Earth. It's also a time of great awakening and great transformation. And I feel I'm aligning with this beautiful transformation, and I hope you feel that too. And I really strive to be of service and for this show to be inspirational and helpful during this time. So I'm in alignment with this transformation, and I just wanted to acknowledge the pandemic that's happening because it's all part of divine timing. So what kind of mystical adventures are we going on, Anne? And who the heck are you? And what the heck are we going to do? Well, it is really my intention to empower and inspire you, and to empower you to connect with your own truth and wisdom and your own mystical power and empowerment, and to create your own mystical, magical life and gain some tools and ideas and inspiration in the show to do that. Some of my passions that have to do with exploring the mystical are dreams, intuition, and spiritual creativity. There are other topics that I'm going to explore in this show, but those are the first three I'd like to talk about that we're really going to explore. At least I'm thinking we're going to explore in the beginning of this show. So dreams. You know, when I was a child and a teenager, I did not grow up in an environment that really supported my sixth sense and supported my unique creativity. There was lots of love and lots of beautiful things about my youth, but can you relate? I didn't have a lot of support or encouragement to really listen to my sixth sense, to embrace my own mystical experiences and dreams and visions and intuitions. And dreams were actually a way that I could do that. Dreams were a sacred place, a protected place for me to explore the mystical. So I'm very passionate about dreams, and I'm very passionate about empowering people to connect with the power of dreams. Dreams are actually powerful doorways for connecting with your emotional, your instinctual, and also your intuitive functions and higher consciousness. And there's a lot of different kinds of dreams. There's the emotional, psychological dreams. There's physical healing dreams, emotional healing dreams, spiritual healing. There's intuitive, psychic, precognitive, astral dreams, lucid dreams, spirit visitation dreams. So many kinds of dreams. I haven't even named them all. And I love exploring all of these, and I love teaching people about them and hearing other people's experiences with them. There's so many dimensions you can explore with dreams. I myself use a very integrative approach when working with people with their dreams. And in this show, I want to give you some techniques and approaches, some emotional, intuitive, spiritual, creative approaches for really unlocking your dream wisdom and dream power to help you heal, to help you tune into your creativity, to help you tune into your inner wisdom and intuition, even work with the ability to connect with spirits and have astral and lucid dreams. I also want to explore in mystical adventures, the mystical adventure of out-of-body experiences, or OBEs, also known as astral projection. It's the same thing. I've been having OBEs for the past 10 years or more, and basically, what is an OBE? Your consciousness leaves your body, travels here around Earth somewhere to another location or another dimension, and then comes back in your body. That's an OBE. And it's actually a psychic skill that you can develop. It's very related to dreams, and there's actually a type of dream called astral dreams. I won't get too into the detail on this show because I'm just introducing you, but I want to explore astral projection and out-of-body experiences in this show. I want to help to teach you how you can develop this skill. Maybe you've already had some OBEs or some kind of experience like that, or a lucid dream. Those are very similar experiences, astral dreams. We'll talk about the differences in those things as the shows ensue, but I'm really passionate about that other dimension as well. Intuition. Intuition is another mystical adventure, and I'm very excited about sharing with you some ways you can develop your sixth sense. The truth is, everybody is intuitive. Everybody has a sixth sense. Some of you listening are in touch with it. Some of you maybe are not, and maybe would like to be. And in this show, I really want to, create a space here where you feel supported to develop your sixth sense and your intuition. And I started tuning into my intuition, as I was saying, as a teenager, working with my dreams. And in my late teens, I got my first tarot deck and started experimenting with that and giving readings to friends, and then realized, wow, these are really accurate. I was getting feedback and realized I really am, psychic. And all I needed was the validation. And that's what I hope that you get here, viewers and listeners. I hope that you get some validation for connecting with your own mystical abilities, your own intuitive abilities. So we're going to explore different kinds of intuition. We're going to explore tips for helping you to open your sixth sense. We're going to explore how you can use intuition for different things, healing and navigating your life. I feel like intuition has been the main way that I have been able to navigate my life. And boy, is it a complicated life these days, isn't it? So learning to connect with your sacred sixth sense, which you definitely do have, is such a powerful tool for connecting with your divine spirit, for connecting with God, Goddess, Spirit, the holy presence within us and connecting us all. Your sixth sense is really your sacred lifeline to this part of consciousness. And so connecting with your sixth sense is going to help you to understand how to navigate through work, relationships, career, make decisions, solve problems, healing. So I'm really excited about talking about intuition and helping you to connect with it. Spiritual creativity. Spiritual creativity, the intersection between spirituality, creativity, and healing, is another area I'm very passionate about, and I would love to share this with you. I've done some research and exploration into the intersection between these things, and I found that there's a huge intersection. There's a really big overlap between your intuition and your creativity. I am an artist, and so I express my creativity regularly. You might be very creative and identify that way yourself, or you might say, "And I'm not creative. I don't have an imagination." And I would say, "No, that's not true. Everyone's creative. Everyone has an imagination. You might use yours in a different way than I do. Maybe you're a creative cook. Maybe you're a creative computer programmer and come up with creative programs. That still counts." So exploring creative rituals and expressive art rituals and activities and fun exercises is something I'd like to share with you for connecting with your intuition, connecting with your wisdom, expressing yourself, and connecting with healing. So we're going to be doing some fun creative things is my intention as well on this show. There's a few other topics that I might explore that I'm sure I'm going to explore on this show that I want to share with you. Manifesting, what I call multidimensional manifesting. What's multidimensional manifesting? Well, do you want to start creating your reality with your thoughts? Or perhaps you already are intentionally creating your reality with your thoughts. The truth is we're always creating with our thoughts, but intentionally using the law of attraction and the power of your mind, the power of creative visualization, the power of intentional thoughts, I really want to integrate that, talk about it in an integrative way, and integrate that with some motivational psychology techniques and practical tips for goal setting, goal achievement, so that we can manifest our true heart's desire in a very multidimensional and joyful way. I also would like to explore other forms of holistic healing, and I'm trained in some different modalities. Body awareness, body wisdom, grounding. If you are sensitive or intuitive, or you got your higher chakras open, and you tend to live in the imaginative or psychic or spiritual or emotional planes, you might need a little bit extra grounding. I know I do. So I always love learning about how to connect with the body, how to appreciate the body. And there's so much body shaming and body hatred out there, isn't there? We need a little bit more body love, along with just all kinds of love. So I'm going to be talking about body awareness, spirituality and relationships. I'm really looking forward to the producers that I could have guests. I'm so looking forward to having creative and spiritual and intuitive and mystical guests. And anything else that I think of that feels like a mystical adventure, that feels like something I feel you would be interested in and benefit from. So the time is quarter till. I think it might be time for me to switch gears and share with you this collective reading. So let me just set this up for you. I am an artist. I'm an intuitive artist, and I make intuitive art portals. Wow, that sounded weird, Anne. What's an intuitive art portal? Well, let me tell you. An intuitive art portal is a creation that involves both connecting with the mystical higher realms and an actual physical painting that I make or art piece that I make. It may include drawing. Usually it includes a painting with colored inks. What I do for the intuitive art portal is meditate, connect with higher consciousness, and use my intention to channel energy into a painting that I make. It's a very intuitive, spontaneous painting, and I will go over how I do that in one show, I'm sure, or maybe put it on my YouTube channel. And then I channel messages that I receive when looking at the art piece and relay them to you, my audience. It's a portal because I actually use the images as a prayer portal, as a portal that I focus on for prayers for the and intentions for the upcoming week. And I invite you to do the same. I usually post it on my social media, and I'll go over all my social media stuff at the end. You can find me at Creative Psyche Studio in all the social media dimensions. Well, not all of them, but Creative Psyche Studio, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and creativepsychestudio.com. I'll go over that again at the end. So that is an intuitive art portal. That's the kind of art that I make. I would like to share with you now the intuitive art portal that I made for this upcoming week. It looks like Dave is showing it. I think he's showing it. I'm going to keep holding it up. There, he's showing it. Thank you, Dave. You can just keep that up for the rest of the show. So here's the intuitive art portal I have made this week, and let me tell you what messages and guidance came through. So as you can see, there is, oh, beautiful. Thank you. That looks beautiful, Dave. He's got the full shot of it. So as you can see, there's a wizard mage, and in his hand, it looks like there's a light or torch or fire, and in front of him is a puffin. So when I tuned into this art piece, the feeling I got was so much love from the puffin. And the puffin spirit animal is actually a totem or spirit animal associated with love, and they actually mate for life, and they keep their mate all throughout their life once they find their partner. And so they're associated with love. They actually do this really interesting thing where they rub their beaks together and it looks like they're kissing. And this is a part of their courtship rituals. So this week I felt like there's a big emphasis on love. Yes, romantic love. You might feel some romantic love in the coming week. You might feel also just brotherly, sisterly, human love, humanitarian love, animal love. You might be aware that there's opportunities for expressing your love more this week. And the message I got is to remember to rejoice in love and remember to acknowledge and celebrate what's important, as the puffin is very passionate about love and is associated with appreciating love so much. Puffin, doesn't he just look funny? They're associated with humor. These little totems, these little spirit animals, they kind of look like a clown. Look at those colors. Oh, what a beautiful close-up. Thank you. And it kind of reminds you a little bit of a clown to look at them, doesn't it? And, you know, humor is so important. We're in the time of Virgo right now, and Virgo is a beautiful get her done kind of energy, isn't it? But it can get a little heavy. It can get a little, well, serious. So Puffin reminds us, don't get too serious. Laugh, have fun, and enjoy the moment. Remember to find the humor, and this can help to balance things out. Puffins are water birds. They actually, you can find them on cliffs overlooking water, and that's where they come to raise their young, and that's where they come to mate and court, I believe. And you can find puffins overlooking the water, and so they're associated with this very magical place in nature. Cliffs are considered a very magical place, connecting with the beautiful spiritual water energy and water spirits. So I feel like Puffin wants to talk to us about connecting with our spirituality and connecting with the beautiful water energy this upcoming week. You can kind of see a mermaid form next to the wizard mage to his left. It looks like a mermaid to me, and I feel like that speaks to the beautiful spiritual water energy that Puffin is asking us to be aware of this week. You might notice that you feel closer to the spirit world this week. Puffin is a water bird, so birds that can swim are always tend to be associated with something very spiritual, because water is an archetypal spiritual symbol, and birds are an archetypal symbol for ascending in consciousness. Puffin is reminding us also this week to dive in. Puffins don't just stay on the cliff and look out and smell the ocean all day. They dive in to get their fish. And Puffin is guiding us this week to remember to connect with the spirit world, remember to pray. They're associated with prayer. But also take action this week. Take inspired action. Dive into that water. Take a step. And actually, the mage, the wizard mage archetype behind the puffin, in the tarot, the magician is actually associated with combining the four elements and integrating the four elements, earth, air, water, fire, to create that which he really wants to create. So it is also a symbol, and I'm feeling the message come through with the Wizard Mage. Take action this week. Take your ideas and take your wishes and desires, and when you pray and tune in and get guidance about what it is you really want to create and what steps to take that action. Bring it down to the earth plane, dive in, don't just stay up there in the ethers. And this can help you to make progress this week and align with the beautiful new moon energies. Tonight is the new moon, and it's a great time to clarify your wishes, clarify your desires, to pray, tune in, do a ritual, and set your intentions for this growing moon cycle. So we've got a couple minutes left, and those were the energies I was feeling with the art. And I also usually tune in to see what angel is coming out in the week ahead and what archangel. And I felt this week the archangel Raguel, not to be confused with Raphael or some of the other R angels, but Raguel, he came out this week, and I felt the guidance that Raguel wants to give us for this upcoming week has to do with harmony and harmony in relationships, big theme. So Raguel is guiding us to pay attention to the give and take in relationships this week, in just a dyad and also in a group, in your community. Giving and receiving. Pay attention to if you're giving and receiving in balance, because sometimes we want to give too much and then we have trouble receiving. And this is so often the case with sensitives and intuitives. And if you're listening and you fall in that category, pay attention. Make sure this week that you're taking measures to be able to receive. You might also notice that sometimes you receive too much, and you know what, you need to give a little. And there's actually nothing like giving to stimulate the law of attraction, to stimulate the flow of abundance, and to stimulate the flow of things coming to you. When you give something, when you put something out, it begins that flow, and and opens the door for you to receive. So make sure this week you're giving and receiving in balance. And if you need to set some boundaries, set some boundaries. If you need to take care of yourself, take care of yourself. If you need to maybe connect with people, get more support. If you need to get more support, if maybe you need to be more adaptable and give a little. This is the week to really pay attention to, am I giving and receiving in balance? The other message that Raguel has to say is, and I'm reading my notes here, so bear with me because I did write it down. There is more than enough resources. There are abundant resources on this earth and in this universe. And make sure that you're tuning with the consciousness of abundance. Just because you are standing in your own power, you are manifesting something you wanted to manifest, that doesn't mean that you're taking away something from someone else. Just because you're powerful doesn't mean you're taking away someone else's power. We're moving from these paradigms, the old paradigm of lack, the more power I have, the less power you have, to the new paradigm of empowerment, shared power, the abundance of power. The more power I have, the more power you have, the more power we all have. And how can I stay true to my own power, my own divinely bestowed gifts and power and creative power and the abundance that Spirit wants to bestow me, and claiming that? And how can I do that in a way that is aligning with that mentality of abundance? There is enough. There's an abundance of resources and support and prosperity. So this week, pay attention to your motives, and if any of this comes up, any hesitation about what you want to create, and make sure that you're paying attention to how you can align with the consciousness of abundance, the consciousness of shared power, the understanding that there is an abundant flow in the universe, and as you tune in to what you really want, and you tune in with the spirit of love and connection with your higher power, that you're actually creating more abundance for the whole universe. You prospering and living your truth sets an example for other people. It validates for other people how important and legitimate it is to spread your wings and fly, to be different, to follow your heart, to do what it is you really want to do. This creates a vibration on the planet that helps everybody. So don't be afraid to follow your heart, take inspired action this week. Maybe it's just a baby step. Maybe the action step you want to take this week is just even writing down your thoughts and goals. Maybe you're not going to start your PhD or ask someone to marry you this week. Maybe you are, and blessings to you if that's true. But maybe you just want to take a baby step, and that's okay. But these all have an effect on the universe. And I'm getting the message that I've got 1 minute left. So let me just go over how to stay connected with me, dear viewer and listener. I, again, so appreciate you tuned in today. If you'd like to find me, I'm on CreativePsycheStudio.com. Psyche spelled Psyche, and Creative Psyche Studio is the name of my YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And you can find my intuitive arts and learn more about the groups and readings and sessions that I offer. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I just so appreciate it. I'm so honored that you connected with me. This has been so much fun to start. And thank you, Puffin and Raguel and Mage, for bestowing your wisdom on us tonight. Thank you again so much for tuning in, and I look forward to connecting next show. Namaste.